make an opening statement, then we'll throw it open for questions.
Well, very pleased. Didn't expect that after watching Oakland basically take it right to Penn State just 2 days ago and have a double-figure lead for most of the game. You wouldn't have told me that the game would have turned out today quite the way it did, but really pleased with our defense against a very good motion team. We held a starting lineup of very talented players, all conference players, to 26%, 8 for 31 between their starters, and Bethany Waterworth is one of the best post players in the entire Midwest, regardless of conference, regardless of any league you put that kid in. She could be great, and for us to hold her without a basket is just a credit to our team approach. We frankly went into the game, said if she gets 40, that we would like to shut down everybody else, and if she got 40, she would get 40. And for us to hold her scoreless is a credit to the team approach today. We shot the ball from 3 really well in the first half and gave us a cushion and a very comfortable lead at halftime. Still overall, you know, it sounds funny, but I think we can shoot better. And a game shooting 37%, I still think we've got to shoot better night in, night out to be successful. But a lot of good things tonight after the Youngstown game. I think we continue to keep improving and keep getting better, and really pleased with our 4th game in 9 days that we had this kind of effort and this kind of outcome.
Curt, would you address Waterworth first? First of all, what was your plan to shut her down? And second, when she got her 3rd foul, that was what really allowed you to blow it away in the first half. So first, what did you do to shut her down, slow her down?
Well, we weren't going to expend a lot of energy doubling down, but we were going to try to crowd her dribble drive lanes because she's a post player who's really talented off the dribble. We scouted her very heavily and had player tendencies down on which direction she wanted to go, and our kids understood that. But we talked a lot over the last 48 hours that we needed to see if we could take a charge here or there on her and go at her at the other end and maybe be lucky to get her in foul trouble. And sure enough, 9 minutes into the first half, she has 3 fouls, and that kid sitting out 11 minutes, they're a different team. And certainly there was a story, but again, we were conceding the fact if she went out and had a monster game against us, we didn't want other people to step up. So that was a pleasant outcome for us, and really proud of our kids and the challenge that they took on.
And also, who did you really kind of challenge with shutting her down, slowing her down?
Well, it was going to be different if Carnego played, and she was a significant factor tonight, especially at the defensive end, their big center. We were going to have to guard her with some 4 players. But when Carnego's out, then the assignment's going to move to our 5 players. So as a post unit, everybody had the challenge and knew that they were going to get a shot at some point against Waterworth.
Well, you talked about the 3-point shooting then. I mean, was that, it seems to me it was based on them packing it in and giving you guys opportunities to make shots.
The scouting report lends itself, when you watch Oakland play, is they're going to make you make shots, and their goal is to contest as many shots, but you're going to be able to get shots off. And so we talked to the team that we can't be hesitant. We've got to be aggressive looking for those shots, and I put on a goal on one of the keys to the game right before the game is we wanted to make 8+ threes tonight. And so I think we saw some wide eyes in the locker room that I was giving them a green light to let's go, you know, make shots against this team. They're going to give us some. Now we got to prove that we can go out and make it. And Tracy made some really deep ones. It was nice that Lauren got the monkey off her back right away going in this game, because I've given her a really hard time with her 3-point shooting this year. And even though we didn't finish the game with our bench shooting as well as we're capable of from the 3-point line, the start in the first half certainly was a story.
But you talked previously about the high percentage of 3-point shots. You didn't want that many 3-point shots taken, but this is just against a different opponent. It's a different ball game, literally.
We knew we were going to take a little bit more. Still at halftime, I think the team chuckled at me because I wasn't happy with the percentage that we were taking. But how could you complain with the result? But the big picture, I hope they still hear me that we've said until we're blue in the face right now, when we make shots, we can look really special. But it's the nights when we don't make those shots How are we going to manufacture points? We had a tough night getting on the offensive glass. They did a good job keeping us off the glass. So there's still that concern that the percentage of threes that were taken, but how can you complain when we get on a roll? And this team is capable of that. How long we can sustain it. Can we get that from the bench? Can we get Jen Ewell going again from the arc? Some of our post players that can step up in three? I hope so.
Another good game from the free throw line. Can you just talk about that?
Well, it's important that we keep getting there. We were 7 for 7, I believe, in the first half. And, I'm ranting and raving that we're not getting to the foul line enough. And that was kind of a correlation of we got hot from the arc. And I said we need to still keep aggressive and keep getting to the foul line. We've played 4 games this year. We've gone to the foul line aggressively 3 times. We've won all 3 of those games. The game we didn't get to the foul line, we lost. And I think it's as simple as that. And we keep pointing that out to them. And we don't have as much team speed as we did last year, losing Tamika Nurse. And we got to continue to find ways to get to the foul line. And, fortunately, we did in the second half. And because that's going to be a big story. When we can get there, we have a chance to shoot a very high percentage.
Anything about Detroit?
Detroit beat this Oakland team. Detroit has beaten 2 MAC teams by double digits. And so as of right now, they're undefeated with a big game against Michigan State looming. But worst case scenario, Detroit's going to walk in here 3-1 with 3 very quality wins, including 2 very, very easy and convincing wins over MAC teams. So they have our attention, but we're going to enjoy a day off and then get back to work on Monday. This team has had 9 very hard days, and we knew it was going to be a tough stretch. And we'd love to be sitting here 4-0, but we can't change that opening game. And we'll be excited about 3-1 and get back to work on Detroit on Monday.
Any other questions? Okay. Thank you, Coach.